All right, let's see. There it goes. Had to turn it off and on again. Hey, Matt's here.
Yes, he is.
Howdy.
Hi, Matt.
Oh, that's what I forgot to pull
My
up.
favorite person besides Colin.
Well, I'm starting to think I have competition.
What? No, never.
Oh man, Philip, I forgot to get you your dice earlier.
You will always be my favorite person.
Matt, you need to PM me your address, by the way, for your dice.
Oh, there's a big lag.
Well, yeah. There has to be.
Oh, I know. It just surprised me because, like, I saw the picture or the video on the stream on Facebook, and Colin's like holding up the Valley of the Vikings,
Yeah.
like thing, and then I look over at Colin and he's typing away, and I'm like, what? What's going on?
Well, there's even
I forgot. There's a delay.
There's an additional like couple second delay on top of the internet delay because the capture card I used to get all this is offset from the audio. The audio is a lot faster than, I guess, the digital capture. So I have to delay the audio so that it keeps up with the video.
Oh, gotcha.
And then, let's see.
It put a
Aha,
zero
there you
at the end
go.
of my mob crush name.
What'd you say?
Stupid mob crush added a zero to my name. So now it says 1960.
Why did they add a zero?
I like that. You should be. Your Cold Cake's 1960.
He's so cute.
Oh, right. I guess I should probably share as well.
Oh, Rusted Beetle's here.
Yay!
At least I think that's him.
That's him, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just glancing over at Colin's screen. I can't see it very well. Hey. Talk again.
Okay. I want to tell you something.
You are coming through on my microphone. But I am coming through on yours just a little bit too.
Well, it's going to be hard to do unless you turn the gain way down.
Yeah. I'd love to have us sit on opposite sides of the table, but she didn't like the way it looked.
Oh, yeah, because the kitchen was in the background and it didn't look right.
Well, when y'all can figure out what you're going to do at the new place, congrats.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
if my suggestion would be to get a shot with both of you in it so that I could split view it and put you on or you guys on top, and then back when Philip's in here again, and have like a horizontal bar with y'all, and then split the screen so you two are on top and then we're on the bottom.
That'll be pretty easy to do. We've got the webcams. Just plug something in.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying one cam focused on both of you.
Yeah,
right, that's what he's saying. We have a webcam.
I took what you said and I ran with it. I'm going to have 4 different cameras going.
Gotcha.
And you just take your pick.
Okay.
I mean, we have 2 webcams. But
what was that? What was that?
Yours,
Frankie
Chris.
Muniz and Amanda Bynes Nickelodeon movie.
Yeah, it was a Big Fat Liar.
Yeah, Big Fat Liar. Where he's like, yeah, man, you got to always frame out a scene with 11 different camera angles.
All right, Urkel.
All right.
That was pretty funny. Donald Faison was in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was a limo driver.
Yeah, so was the original $6 Million Man. He was in there.
You know,
I didn't know who he was way back when.
You want to talk about cameos that are weird to look at now? Is when you go and look that Kevin Hart was in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, he was.
And that was before he was before he was Kevin Hart.
Hmm. He was just Kevin H back then.
Yes, Beatles, Steve Austin. Okay, I believe I'm ready to go if you are, Colin.
I'm good.
Okay. I need to... Yes. Okay. Start in 3, 2, 1. Thanks to everyone who has supported our Patreon. For extra content, make sure you go check out patreon.com/boardsandswords. Live from Swordplay Studios, it's time for Boards and Swords! Woo!
Alrighty. That was
Bad jokes, good folks, and board games.
That's what we like here.
I think that should be our new tagline.
I was just thinking that too.
You know, it's not bad, actually.
Welcome to Boards and Swords. This is the show where we entertain the masses about board games. We have fun talking about board games. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Chris Redshaw. And then over that way, we have Colin and Cindy Pastorius.
Hello.
hello.
And then that way, we have Mr. Philip Herbig.
What's going on, everybody?
Mr. I'm still talking on a room, Mike Herbig.
Shame,
It's not
shame.
a room mic, it's a camera mic.
Oh, okay. It's like one step up. All right.
I'll take it.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today?
I'm
Going?
I'm going places.
Shout out to our
going. I mean, we're great.
chat room.
Doing. I don't know.
We got
Oh yeah, we have people.
yeah, Matthew, Rusted Beetle have said hey so far. Nobody else is fancy enough yet. If you saw our stream last week where we did the FFG stream, you saw the new overlay that I did. So now it's even
Oh
more.
yeah, I
yeah.
kind of saw it after the fact.
Well, then you
'Cause
still saw
no,
the.
Right, I know. No, because no offense, I don't really have an interest in FFG.
I'm
stuff,
not
so.
surprised.
I would say I mean offense if I said that.
Well, you know what? We didn't even get to see much either because the stream
know.
crapping out.
I heard, and then they just posted it on YouTube after the fact,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Which Philip, I'm assuming, even though I was like, oh my gosh, you should watch this, you didn't watch it.
I did not watch it.
At least he's honest.
All right. Speaking of which, let's get into some news. And why did it pull up last week's news? There we go. All right. Here we go. I could have made this entirely FFG stuff. I'm just saying. But
Well, I appreciate you not
get to
doing
it.
Glad you
that.
didn't.
Instead, we're going to talk about Games Workshop.
Oh.
So
That's a little better, I guess.
This Christmas, I gave you my heart. Never mind. Guess Christmas Games Workshop has teased that a new edition of Blood Bowl, its famous miniatures game where fantasy races play like a brutal version of American football, will be released. A new version. This game and I actually have a lot in common. It first came out in 1986, and I too am known for being wildly unpredictable.
Is Blood Bowl the one you started playing with your dad?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
that's what I thought.
and then we started playing Marvel Champions, and we just
Yes. Yes.
That's right, FFG's 404 presentation.
Didn't they come back and make a crack about themselves, like saying we're talking about Gen Con 2021 or now or something?
Yeah, they came, one of the things when they came back is like, welcome to Gen Con 2021. Ooh, nice. Rusted Beetle's talking about that his brother may be getting a copy of the Indominus 9th edition box set for Christmas. That's some chunk. That's a chunk of change right there. That's a pretty spiffy gift there. In fact, they've been selling out like everywhere. Games Workshop has said they're printing to order on those now because they've been selling so many of them.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe because it's a new edition. But speaking of which, I just want to mention that if you are a patron and there are stuff that you would like to see in the news, that we do have a news segment in our Slack, and that's where this next story came from. So if you aren't a patron and you want to see more like Eurogame stuff in the news, then you need to join the Patreon for $1, and you can help give me things to make fun of.
Make mine and
Please,
Cindy's
people.
lives a little bit better.
I mean, we know about the news stuff, but we just never think to give Chris the links to look at it himself.
Yeah.
So that's why we need you to do it for us, because
They need you to do their job
forget.
for them.
we forget.
Help us to help you to help us.
So
So,
an update to something we covered a while back, actually, this news bit. Mythic Games has reached an agreement on its issue with their Time of Legends Joan of Arc game. Now, just a quick recap in case you forgot, like most people. The company had originally kickstarted a 1.5 edition of the game, but they forgot to talk to the original creator of the game to get his approval to do it. And not only that, the creator had said, like, I still haven't got paid all the royalties I'm owed yet as well. So there was like a big legal fuss. So here's my question. If Mythic Games had been doing a documentary series about how they make their games, would this be the Joan of Arc?
Got him!
Yeah. Like I said, I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this before we went live or whatever. There's one of these coming up that I thought was going to be a deep cut that no one got until I heard Philip specifically mention it when I was listening to last week's stream.
Okay.
So we'll see. It's not this next one. Speaking of series, the latest chapter in Simon's Kickstarters is Massive Darkness 2. I said this in the show notes, but there's all kinds of dirty jokes I could make with that.
Yeah.
But this version of the game takes the heroes into hell as they battle all kinds of demons and monsters. I mean, it makes sense, but when I heard the title Massive Darkness 2, I thought it was a new FFG live stream.
That was good.
So, next up, we got, based on the popular RPG, Vampire the Masquerade Rivals is an expandable card game now from Renegade Games.
Okay.
You play as a clan of vampires clashing with your opponents physically and politically as you work to, like, conquer the night. Rumor has it that if you back the deluxe version of the game box will even sparkle in the sunlight. All right.
I guess he got it.
I
I said, I guess he got it.
thought it was funny.
All right. Now it's time for FFG stuff. So we had a ton of FFG announcements. Like I said, could have been the entire news segment, but I'm just going to go quick fire style on these. All right.
All right.
Okay.
First up, Star Wars Armada isn't dead, apparently. Next up, lots of X-Wing stuff that if you really cared about, you already know about it. Speaking of X's, X-Wing Mutant Insurrection is a co-op dice game coming soon. Should have been called X-Men Slice and Dice.
Wait. You said X-Wing Mutants.
No, I
You
said
meant X-Men?
I said X. Did I say X-Wing?
I don't know.
Because it says, I said lots of X-Wing stuff, and then I said, speaking of X's, X-Men Mutant Insurrection.
I'm gonna
Colin,
go
cut
with.
this out.
I'm gonna go with. You may have said it so fast, it came out as X-MIN.
And then you flip the
X-Men.
W over, and yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So
Colin,
it's a
cut
co-op
this
dice
out.
game. I say it should have been called X-Men Slice and Dice.
Oh my gosh.
Should have been doing this.
There
all
could
the
have been
time.
like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mixed in there too, man.
Yeah. Twilight Imperium 4 is getting a $100 expansion that adds 2 players to the game, bringing the total to 8. Might be expensive, but you've got a while until you can have 8 people at the table again.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think that was very funny.
That was sad.
Dark Tidings is the name of the next Keyforge set. It's also the name of the autobiography of the FFG employee in charge of the live stream. Tons of Marvel Champion stuff. Ant-Man, Wasp, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Giant Snake, Birthday Cake, Large Fries, Chocolate Shake.
Odd parents, fairly odd parents.
Yes, he
Oh.
did get it. Okay. Like I said, I thought he started singing it last time, and I was like, sweet, somebody get it. And then at the very end of the recording, they accidentally revealed a 12-inch cubed box for a new Descent game, which is the perfect summary of the whole event, spending 10 seconds on the thing everyone wanted to see the most.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, as Rusted Beetle says, Star Wars Armada announcements in 2020 will be available in 2023. So there you have it. That was them's the breaks.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Most of it, anyway.
Hey, I write it for myself more than anything. I thought
I
it was
know.
funny.
And you love you for it.
Exactly.
So,
Matthew's saying that so for those that are listening audio, Philip doesn't have his camera showing because he's a dork. So instead I found like this picture online of him almost eating a cupcake, and I used that instead. And Matthew's saying that he's seen this cupcake not be eaten for 3 episodes, and it's driving him crazy.
I can't say I blame him. I would love to see Philip's pretty face again.
You and I have very different definitions of the word pretty.
it's subjective.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that'll never be, I'm just reminiscing about the fact that Gen Con was this past weekend.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
How
It's
sad
not
was
sad
it?
for you. You don't go.
We
This-
were all there.
I will say it has been sad. Like it was sad not going to Dice Tower
Oh, I
Con this
know.
year. I did miss that, and I know that
And you
we
did
weren't-
miss a cruise vacation.
Yes. Yeah, and I know that we weren't planning on going to Dice Tower Con this year or Dice Tower East, whatever it's called now, because we just had too much else going on this year. It didn't fit into our vacation schedule. But yeah, it was weird not going to a con this
Yeah.
summer.
Yep. Yeah, think of all the money we've saved on cons this year.
Uh,
I'm more thinking of all the leave I've saved because I haven't really saved money because the money just goes
Yeah.
elsewhere.
yeah.
I just
Well,
still buy things.
I mean, we've
Yeah,
saved
the
money.
funds got redirected is what happened.
I guess the same is true for us. All of our funds that we would have spent on Dice Tower Con went to selling and buying a house.
Philip bought a computer.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
I did do some Gen Con shopping though. I got because Ashley, you'll hear me talk later. We've been playing more Root. I bought the little
good.
stuffed raccoon that they have on Leader Games website,
Oh,
and I was like, Ashley, they have a stuffed raccoon. And at first, her first response was, they don't have one of the cats, like the marquee.
yeah.
And so the only other one they had was one of the mouse ones. She's like, no, get the raccoon.
Aw. I love little plushy things like stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Type stuff. They're so adorable, but I won't let myself buy them because if I buy one, I'll want a bajillion, and it'll just become a chew toy for the dog, or the cat will attack it because my cat loves to attack pillows.
That's why you just have a line item in the budget for Pokemon plushies like we do. And then just every check we buy Pokemon plushies. Did you freeze?
Did we? Philip,
Okay,
were you still
it
there?
froze for a
Oh.
sec. You were just like,
Yeah, that's what we saw.
We saw you just in half emotion.
okay. It's now telling me my internet connection is unstable.
Oh no.
Not entirely stable.
Entirely stable. Yeah.
So Pokemon plushies.
Yeah.
What do you do with them?
We just every
You
check
buy
we
them.
buy a different one.
Really? Oh my
Ish.
goodness.
It's
Gotta-
probably like
with
once a
them?
Gotta
month.
catch 'em
We
all.
just it's on my Instagram somewhere. I
Yeah,
thought.
Colin's not wrong. You gotta catch them
It
all. It's in
probably
the damn
is.
song.
We have a bunch of shelves above our couch, and they just all go up there.
You know, I bet you posted that when I wasn't on Instagram for like 2 weeks because it doesn't sound familiar. I don't know if anybody can see, but behind me there's a cat.
Oh yeah, I can
If
see
you're
it.
watching this, he's so cute. Oh no, that's gonna make it worse. He's like trying to get comfortable in my seat on the couch.
Yeah. Rusty Beal's talking about like how he got full refunds for his Adepticon. Luckily, like I didn't put out any money for Gen Con this year, mainly because of press badges, and we're also we managed to get reward nights for hotel rooms for our stay this year. So I hope our friend was able to get those back.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
'Cause
I
that would
imagine
suck.
they would have been.
Yeah. He also talks about the Scythe full update Spiral Bound rulebook that just went up. You'd think that'd be something I'm excited about, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, okay then.
So speaking of Gen Con, I did a lot with Gen Con ish.
Ish.
I was like, I'm at least gonna try and enjoy it a little bit. And there's a bunch of RPGs that I've been wanting to try. Like I have the books. Like everything I played, I either have the books or there's one that I played that was a Kickstarter that I have coming.
Oh, that's cool. So you kind of got a feel for what you have.
Right. So like I played a 2-hour session of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which was fun. Mainly because like I thought it was going to be. It's really great because a lot of the Pathfinder games were like 5-hour games.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sorry, but I am not playing a game with a bunch of random people for 5 hours. Like I will play a game with my group of friends for 5 hours, but there are too many horror stories and too many like things with bad GMs and bad players that I cannot commit for 5 hours unless it was like maybe if it was like 6 of us like friends all in one GM to where like we could just always like leave and do a different thing. But this was great because it was like basically one fight. Is these little 2-hour blocks. It's like to demo the sessions basically. And it was great because we were supposed to go kill this like dragon worm, and I negotiated it and got it to protect the city instead.
Oh,
Nice.
Cool.
And the DM actually like went with it. Like he could have just been like no, but he actually like went with it, and you could even tell because he was like, okay, but first you have to prove yourself to me in combat. I'm like, okay, so we still have to fight the thing, but that's at least a creative way of saying we still have to fight the thing.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
And then I played the one I don't have is I played the Root RPG. And I actually after I played it, I emailed Magpie Games and had them unlock my backer kit because they had already charged everything, so that I could upgrade my order.
Oh.
Because I had only backed like a couple of dollars, just like I just want to stay up to date on stuff. But I upgraded to like the full rule book.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And then a couple other games that nobody probably really cares about.
Well, I didn't care about any of those, so.
Well, yeah, but somebody did. Philip did. Maybe. Anyways. But you guys actually got to play some board games.
Yeah, we were
sorry.
part of a little mixer thing that the Punchboard Media put on.
That was
Yeah,
so
we
cool,
were.
by the way.
It was really neat.
Yeah, it went really
Like,
well.
We didn't get to participate in as much as we were hoping to because we were buying a house this weekend or going through the process of buying a house this weekend, and that took up a lot of time and our attention. It's hard buying a house out of state. I'll just say that, especially during a pandemic. But yeah, we got to participate. At least Colin did 2 sessions of playing of stuff. I did one, and we were supposed to meet with Board and Dice on Sunday evening and go over a couple of their new games that start with T that I can't pronounce. But they I guess the guy who was doing the demos for that evening, he was like a half an hour late because he got mixed up on the day. He thought it was only Monday and not Sunday and Monday. And so he showed up late. And by that point, we were just like,
We're hungry.
We're hungry. And we still have to run out to the grocery store. It's just, it's too late. So unfortunately, we didn't get to participate in that one. But we actually did schedule one for tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. Somebody, I guess, who couldn't.
And just a reference for some of those that may have because unless you are in the Punchboard or a game publisher, you wouldn't know what it was. It's basically the group organized hey, we're not getting to do all those connections and talking that you normally would do with publishers. So they set up like a special Discord to where publishers each had a channel and creators each had a channel, and so that like you could connect with all the people that were you thought that would work, like publishers that thought these certain creators would be a good fit for their games and vice versa, and organize demos and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was really cool and very well done, I thought.
Yeah.
It was basically a way for us as content creators and publishers too to get together like we would at a con. We basically scheduled appointments, and instead of meeting at a booth, we met in a meeting room on Discord. And then I know some of the publishers were showing off their games with Tabletop Simulator. Some were using Tabletopia. So, and I'm sure there was some other ways, but yeah, it was a really, really good idea. And I thought it was very well done.
Right.
Do you want to talk at all about the games we actually demoed, babe?
So yeah, we got to try out Rival Networks, which is a 2-player version of the Networks. And
It's from Formal Ferret Games.
yeah, so Gil Hova has designed it's kind of a tug of war.
It's like a
so to
smaller
speak.
version of the Networks, right? Because
Yeah, it's specifically for 2 players. We haven't actually played the Networks, but we actually received a copy to a review of the Networks and its expansion after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll be able to compare them later.
I was about to say, I think I was going to have to talk to you out. I was like, I think there was some people asking if people wanted to review the Networks.
Yeah.
So let me jump in here real quick with like a ridiculously important question. Is the Formal Ferret game logo like a ferret in a top hat and a monocle?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah, Gil Hova's a really good guy. He's really cool.
But yeah, so that was a neat game. I liked that. And
yeah, I
then,
really like the Rival Networks.
he had another thing that was kind of cool. It's called check-in cards, and I think it's just 4 cards per person, and you each pick a card out, reveal it simultaneously to show what your level of energy is. You either full, 3/4 full,
half,
yeah,
and a
or
quarter.
running on empty kind of thing.
It looks like little battery logos.
Yeah. So you got green, mostly green, yellow, and red, kind of battery filled for like a charge thing. And so it's gauging where people are with their energy level, how serious they're going to be able to take a game. And then after that, you choose a card again, same 4 cards, but it shows like how competitive you're wanting to be with the current game. Like, are you playing strictly to win? You're just kind of there to play, or you don't care. You're just there to socialize, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thing that he experimented with to just make it to where people are more aware of how people are feeling around the table.
And it's one of those things, like if a lot of people put out a card that's low battery and low intensity, then maybe it's time to just play something quick and simple, like a into the game party night, or into the night party game. There we go. That's what I was trying to say.
So yeah, there was that. And then with Inside Up, got to try the City Builder Ancient World, which I liked that game.
Yeah, I unfortunately had a work call that I was on when he was doing that demo, so I couldn't, participate. But
it's another one of those. It's going to be another one of those. It has lots of quick turns, but really intense decisions that you're making.
Mm-hmm. It looked pretty cool, the bits that I did catch.
I don't remember what you thought of the game, but it looks like that Quick and the Undead is now available from Inside Up.
I saw you had it on pre-order.
Yeah, that's what I guess that's what
okay.
I saw it in the list of the BGG like coming out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we didn't actually get to demo it. Really, he just gave us like the rundown. But I was really curious to try it though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I knew that you had experienced it. I just couldn't remember the details.
Yeah, he just gave us like an overview.
Yeah, when I saw Undead, I was a little iffy because zombies. I'm like I used to be big on zombie movies, but zombies kind of so. But the artwork was really good for this. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't look all gross and stuff like you would think a zombie artwork could be.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I'm kind of curious what y'all thought about Gen Con Online in particular.
Us?
Yeah, just not. I know you didn't experience a lot, but from what you've seen.
So I didn't do too much involved with it, but I follow Smirk and Dagger on Facebook and stuff, and so I saw them post that they have a Discord channel that's basically their booth. And you can go and demo games and different voice channels and stuff. They'll take you on Tabletop Simulator, give you the code and stuff. But so I was following the booth chat, and people are saying like, "Yeah, I want to buy this game." Okay, let's go talk over here about that.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
cool.
They were functioning basically like they were in a booth.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really neat.
Really neat.
There's there's something. I mean, not everybody had that experience, and it's a little bit chaotic because there was not like any sort of. You had to kind of figure it out on your own a little bit, and the Gen Con website was kind of a mess as far as like the virtual dealer hall thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, well, like what basically it was not like I tried to use it on the phone and it was just not usable. Like on a computer, it was fine, but they had this like, I forgot what they called it, like the looking glass or something like that, and it was weird. And like, of course, the more money you paid, the bigger your logo was, kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
For the publishers?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like I would almost say, like next year, like if I were a publisher, I don't think I would give Gen Con any money for this, because like as far as like a Gen Con experience, all they need to be doing for an online experience is just events, like scheduling the events and ticketed on like the RPGs or like seminars. They're just the hub where people go to find out what's going on.
Yeah. The publishers could have just
The
had
publishers,
people
you could have had
to
that
their website.
Yes, the publishers could have been they could have taken that same amount of money, which I imagine was a big chunk, hired some people to work, work their Discord and be those people to talk like Colin's talking about, or take a chunk and throw it to a content creator that's got like a professional video setup and say, hey, spend a day or two just showing off our games.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like that would have been actually, I feel like there's nothing that says you can't do that any time of the year, but I
Right,
kind of
yeah.
feel like a Gen Con online would be a good thing to have like every year, like maybe like a month
Yeah.
after the regular Gen Con.
Because it would allow people who couldn't go
Exactly,
to a big
that's my
event
point.
to
Like,
still see the stuff.
I was playing RPGs with people over in Europe that are like, I would never be able to do a physical Gen Con because it's just so expensive for me to
Right.
fly
Yeah.
over there.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, right between Gen Con and Essen.
right. And there's like people would say like, well, you could do it without including Gen Con, but there's something to be said of having that central database. Somebody to say, this is the weekend. Somebody to say, here's a listing of all the events. Here's a listing of all these different things,
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how many publishers had a bunch of people just buy from the websites themselves, like the publisher sites, instead of using the Gen Con like dealer hall.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if I went and asked a publisher.
Well, it's like Matthew's in here.
but-
He says, I talked with a couple publishers who had a rough time with Gen Con Online. It definitely was not easy to make income through Gen Con Online unless you're one of the big ones. Other issue was Gen Con Online was placed in so many different areas. There were so many things that they should have just slotted fully on Discord.
Mm.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, that's the one thing. It's just not everything needs to be routed through there, but it is still nice to have that central like database for events. But for as far as booths, I think in general, just virtual dealer halls are a terrible idea. I guess that's
Yeah.
my
So-
point.
So you're saying that you should replace the loop with just a spreadsheet with all the event times and stuff.
Well, no, because the way that Gen Con tickets events is they have like a huge catalog that's on their website. You submit an event, it gets put in a roster, filtered by category, date. That's all fine and good. They do a great job at filtering
the actual
events. It's the dealer hall piece that's the
Yeah.
problem. Is people are paying all
Okay.
this money to be included in that dealer hall, and it's not really generating them. It's not really generating those click throughs.
Right. Okay. Whereas if they had their own like booth on a Discord server or something, that might be better, like what Smirk and Dagger was doing.
Right. And some people did do that, and those are probably the
Yeah.
people that made more sales on it and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So, yep, that's my thought. One more thought before we move on. I taught Philip Keyforge earlier today.
Did you really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
Our local store actually has tables out front of the store
Like outside?
outside.
Wow.
And so I was just like, hey, I had to drop some packages off at the post office. I was like, hey, let's meet up
yeah,
at the
right there.
store and play a game. So like, I went and wiped the tables off, and then just went and we played
Nice.
Keyforge. So
Who
Oh, that's
won?
great.
Who won?
I won. I felt bad because I was synergizing hard on some of the combos.
Were they new decks or ones you already had?
That was my first time playing that deck. So yes, they were both new decks.
Okay. What did Philip think?
It was a pretty fun game.
Cool.
I mean, I'll have to. I mean, you just gotta sit there and keep playing it to try
Yeah.
to find the combos that work.
Yeah. That's why
Well-
I'm terrible at card games.
Well, the best part is now is something else I found, and the reason I wanted to teach Philip physically is there's a website. I had heard of it forever, but I had kind of written it off because it's fan made. It's called the Crucible Online, and somebody has made a digital version of Keyforge.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
Interesting.
so well done that you can actually there's a Keyforge app that's official from Hasmodee that like you can scan in the barcode and it loads it under like your profile as a deck that
yeah.
you have. Well, when you do that, it generates a URL that has a listing of all the cards in that deck. You can take that URL and go to the Crucible and put it in, and it loads that deck into your game.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Mm.
So then you can actually, and the interface, I mean, like it's not as like sleek as maybe like an FFG production would be, but it still looks pretty good. And all the cards are in there. Everything looks good. It's free to play. Although you could be like a patron to form like competitive teams and stuff.
That's cool.
But it's really, really good. But now I was like, okay, well now I could like send Philip a link and we could play online now that he knows. Because I imagine learning the game on there might be kind of hard.
Right, right.
Mhm.
That's really cool. I'm
Yeah.
glad you have that.
And so it means
option.
also I've been playing like a couple times through the week now. I'm just like, oh, let me play a game in Keyforge real fast.
So you can play with random people?
Yeah, so there's like a lobby where you just like, I want to play, you create like what type of level you are, like beginner or a casual player, and then people can just jump in. Kind of like how Tabletop Simulator does that, where they just have games set up and you can just
Right.
click to
Yeah.
join.
That's really cool.
So,
Cool.
yep, I'm finding ways to try and get more gaming in. Like I sent
Awesome.
my dad a copy of the Captain America Marvel Champions deck so that we could
Oh,
play
yeah.
on Zoom.
Nice.
Anyways, you guys talk now.
So,
Okay.
we got a copy of a game called Valley of the Vikings in English, or Tal der Wikinger in German.
Vickener.
And by that yellow box, I'm assuming this is a HABA game.
It is a HABA game.
Yeah. So this is it's another dexterity game, and the reason we have the German one is because they were out of stock, I think, temporarily for the English one, and so T said when we talked with T at the booth at PAX Unplugged, T mentioned that they didn't have the English one, and someone was trying to say, oh, what's different about the German one? And T said, well, it has German kids in it. And I don't know, the person was took it as like, what do you mean?
I'm assuming the
Yeah.
rule.
Like different colored barrels. There's one for each player color, and if you knock them over, you get to move pieces associated with those. You're moving them down a dock, and when you move them down a dock, they are populating different spaces that get different rewards. And there is an end of the dock. Once someone falls off the dock, you'll score. The person that fell off will go back to the beginning, and then you do it again until you run out of a stash of these coins that come in the game. So certain spaces award a certain amount of coins, and certain spaces have the player colors on them, like it's like the emblem of what Viking they represent.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone is on someone else's color, they take a coin from that person.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're on your own color, you take a coin from everyone else. And that's essentially the game.
Yeah. It's very simple, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the thing about it is like you knock this ball around, and if you miss, you go again.
It's like play to win.
Play till you win, yeah. And when you knock a barrel over, you can choose where to put it in the arrangement, because there's certain holes on the board where you stack
when
you
you're
put these
restacking.
things. And yeah, so you can like group them together with the other ones that you don't necessarily want hit, or put something
Yeah.
in the way, so you have to hit your own
Yeah.
maybe.
And the other cool thing is if you knock over multiple pins, you can choose the order in which you move the Viking characters down the river or down the dock. So you could potentially move a bunch of characters at once or first to instigate somebody going off the dock. So
Yeah,
it's really cool.
You can't occupy the same space, so you'll leapfrog the other Vikings.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and where you put your coins is in these cool cardboard ships.
Yeah, the little Viking ships. They're so neat.
How many players does
we
this
had to
work with?
assemble those. It's up to 4.
It goes up to 4. You in the 2-player. We played this both 2 and 4-player because we played it with my parents when we were away. And the 2-player, you still use
all 4
Vikings symbols going down the dock, and you have all 4 ships because they'll still collect coins. So both players playing could lose.
Yeah, which we have. So.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. My parents enjoyed it.
Yeah, they did.
My dad was loving it. I think he won when we played with them.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, this is definitely a game I'm going to introduce to my niece when she gets a little bit older, because I think she'd have fun like whacking the little ball and knocking the stuff over. And then of course, as she gets even older, she'll understand the concept of the strategy of which pins to knock over instead of just knocking stuff over, because it's cool. Although it is really cool.
Yeah. And so this is a dexterity game Philip could play too, since it's not flicking.
Yes.
You mean that in multiple senses.
Yeah.
It's not flicking and it's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
Aww.
But yeah, just paddling away at this ball. And yeah, there's not much else I can really say about it. It's really good, simple. The box says it's for ages 6 to 99.
I love that they always put to 99 on their games. It makes me smile.
So yeah,
because heaven forbid you play this if you're 100.
Exactly.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this game a lot, and the art is adorable. Like, I love the little Viking kids that are on the cover. I mean, and they're the ones that are in the game too. It's just really cute. It's a very well done production wise game.
Yeah, there is one issue I have with it, and that is getting it back in the box.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those puzzle piece ones, like you have to arrange it just right.
Unless you want to take the ships apart each time, which I don't recommend.
No, yeah, you can fit them in there. It's just you gotta get it just right to where they'll fit.
Mm-hmm. And it's an interlocking board thing, so
yeah,
little puzzle pieces. So that makes it more difficult. I mean, it's nice because it pops apart and you stick them in there, but it's like an odd shape. So
But yeah, so Valley of the Vikings, I would give this on the scale of BGG in the realm of dexterity. What would you say, Cindy?
I'd say I give it a 7.
Yeah, I think that's about where I'm sitting too. So I would recommend this as a family game or as a couple that just wants to swing at a ball and have it hit stuff.
It's just one of those, like, if you're having a bad day, or if you just want something.
So one of them low energy games.
Yes, it's a low energy, very chill, very silly, sweet game.
I was just referring back to where you were talking about with like the low battery cards.
Yeah, the check-in cards.
Yes, this is the perfect one, a game for that. It's the perfect opportunity to play this game in that instance. Like, we were I don't know. It was a few nights ago. I wanted to play something, but I didn't really want to think, if that makes sense. And so it's just
No,
let's play Valley. Let's play Valley of the Vikings because it's simple. It's a lot of fun, and it's just something that I don't. I mean, yeah, I can try and get. I can place things a certain way to try and get points and win, but generally, it's not. The excitement of this game is not about winning; it's about the playing.
Yeah, that's small dexterity games seem to be great for that because
Yes.
that's impact for us is that same. Where it's just no thinking, just
yeah, and it's just it's a great game.
Yeah, I'm not sure I actually said it, but yeah, the goal is to have the most coins.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Valley of the Vikings or Tal der Vikinger.
I will say that every time I saw you say Valley of the Vikings or I saw it in chat or on Instagram or something, I just kept thinking of Valley of the Kings, which is that deck building game from AEG.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh. Nope, different game.
Well, obviously, no. So I'm gonna talk about Root specifically. I've been playing the. I've got the. Was it Underground? Is that the new one? I probably
Underworld.
Underworld. I should have brought the box over here, but mainly I'm talking about the Underworld expansion and the Clockwork expansion.
Okay.
So the Underworld expansion adds 2 new factions. The Corvid Conspiracy, which is like basically a bunch of like ravens. I don't know if there's supposed to be some other type of word. And then the Underground Ducky, which is the moles. And then what the Clockwork expansion is that adds all the bots. Like there's the mechanical marquise and the electric Eerie.
Oh right, yeah.
All these different all of the base the base game factions have a bot. So there's a Vagabot, and I don't remember what the Woodland one was.
Chris, Corvid is part of the scientific name for ravens and crows.
Well, that's what I figured it was, but I just couldn't remember what it was. Like they were black birds, so I was assuming ravens and crows.
Oh.
But I assumed it had something to do with like its scientific name or classification or something. So, the new factions are great. It's definitely getting to the point where it's almost more interesting to me to play the newer factions than it is the old ones. Are starting to look kind of like vanilla now.
Okay.
In fact, so Patrick from Leader Games did an AMA, and somebody was like, "Now that the Underworld expansion's out, do you feel like Root is complete?" And they're like, "No, we still have like 8 more factions that have been like submitted." I was like, "Holy crap!" Like that's how many are out now, or 8 factions.
Wow.
No, I mean, I don't remember exact. I remember the number 8 was tossed around, but I don't know if he was saying like that's how many's been proposed or all that.
That's a lot.
I don't think they have. I don't know if they announced any plans of when it was coming, but it was just no, we're not done.
That's crazy. That's nice.
You're never done
It
learning
gives
that game.
variety.
Oh yeah. Specifically, like whenever I'm playing Root, I always feel like I never have enough cards. Well, when I played the Underground Ducky, that's definitely not the case because unlike other factions where you have to play the cards to do something for their faction, the Ducky you just show them. And then you discard them later for something else. So you almost always have a hand of 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which was like the first time in Root I've ever like had a hand of 5.
Oh, that's cool. So Ashley's enjoying it?
Oh, yeah. She hasn't won yet, but she did enjoy it. I now, and this is where the bots come in. So so obviously you would want to play the bots if you're a solo gamer. That's where that's going to come in. So if you want to play Root, but like right now, you love Root, you want to try out the new faction, which is why I got it, which was like, I have these brand new factions. I can't play them because I can't play Root. So that's why I asked to try out the Clockwork expansion. So that's one use case if you're a fan of Root, but you don't have any other fans of Root nearby. Mm-hmm. But another one is if you want to be like me and play like the most passive-aggressive game of Root ever.
Yeah.
Like, Root is a war game, but we played it like the most peaceful, passive game of Root ever.
That's cool.
Where it was basically just like, there's the bot, and it's just like, I'm going to hit him, and then Ashley's gonna hit him. And it was just like back and forth. Like it started out. We had the most recent time we played. We had the Electric Eerie. And they start with like a lot of people, and they just kind of like swarmed out and took a bunch of Ashley's stuff because she's playing the cat. So she starts out with like the entire board. And it was just like this massive group that just slowly dwindled. And so I just like, she's coming from one end and I'm coming from the other. And we're just like beating down. Like, I don't think the bot got above like 10 points the whole game.
Oh, wow.
Because we kept sending it into turmoil.
Oh my goodness.
Now, granted, this was also because I learned that last time the previous times that we had played, I hadn't put the easy faction card or the easy difficulty card in. So it was like normal difficulty, and that's why we were getting our butts kicked. But this time I played that's the other piece, is it's highly, highly customizable as far as the scaling on the difficulty of the bots, which is great because the first time the Riverfolk expansion that offered the mechanical ones, there was no adjusting it, and it was just super hard. But this time it offers the like, okay, during this period, you only do one of these instead of like two of these. And you can scale it, and you can even add traits to just make it quirkier, so it's not playing you're not playing it the exact same way, even if you play the same difficulty.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it was funny because Ashley and I didn't really have to fight each other, except for there was a couple of times where I'd just be massing in a giant army right on her stuff, and she's like, "I know you said you weren't going to attack me, but that's a lot of people there, so I'm gonna whittle those guys down." So there you go. I would, if you own Root, you need, I would say if you own Root, you need to have the Underworld expansion. The two new factions are great and add a lot of new stuff. The Clockwork is very dependent. That's going to be, like I said, is if you aren't playing it because you don't have enough people, or if you're playing Root at a 2-player, I would throw this in. Because sometimes, like, if you're just 2 1-on-1, for Root, it can be kind of, I don't know, I don't necessarily want to say mean. It just might be kind of not as exciting when you're only going against one person. But you could definitely get some extra variety. So if you're playing Root primarily 1 or 2-player, then I would say Clockwork is a must.
Cool.
I guess that's the kind of overall summary.
So you rated a 10?
I have to look at the scale. It's probably 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd
just
have
go
to-
with your heart.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. 8. Plus, it's just super cute, so that's why. And I got it. Ken over at Geekcraft has been experimenting with some 3D inserts for Root, so I have like all the
Ooh.
faction bits in nice little boxes. It's great.
That's great.
So
Nice.
I'm gonna talk some Patreon stuff while I'm hoping Cindy has a game for us because
Yep,
we
I'm
didn't
good.
we didn't talk to verify. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I gotcha.
So, like I said earlier, if you want to go to patreon.com/boards and swords and help support this episode, we very much appreciate it. We know things are hard right now, so if you can't, that's not a big deal. You're still going to get all the content that you normally do. But if you want stuff above and beyond, which it will get back to, I know this past month hasn't been as much, but if you want to do that, if you want to help influence the show, like I said, with the news, if you want to just hang out and chat with us and ask us questions all the live long day in our Slack, you can. Or you can be like
Yeah.
some of our other patrons and pay $5 and get their favorite game shouted out by puns. Speaking of which, I'm going to say it on here. Sean, Lance, Rice, and Jordan owe me their favorite games for puns. I still have to do yours, but they haven't responded to me yet to say what their favorite game is, so I'm calling them out here.
Nice.
So there you go. Patreon.com/boards and swords. And now I'm going to hand it to Cindy.
All right. So for the game today, I decided to do, I'm calling it the eBay game.
Nice.
And so basically how this is going to work, one person is going to guess the buy it now price. And then the other 2 people are going to guess whether the real price is higher or lower, or if they're dead on. And then for scoring, so say that Colin is guessing the price, then Chris and Philip, you guys will say higher or lower. And then Colin would get points for whichever one of you is wrong. So if you say opposite things, or if you both say the same thing and you're wrong, he would get points for that. And if he's dead on, he gets 2 points. And then the other people who are saying higher or lower or dead on, they will get a point if they're correct in their assumption of whether the guesser is incorrect.
Okay.
So, you'll each get a chance. You'll each get 2 chances because there's 7 questions. You'll each get 2 chances to be the guesser. And then question 7, you're each going to blind write down what you think the price is, the buy it now price is, and we'll see who's closest. All
You
right?
didn't tell me this would be a written test.
Well, there's only one written one. You all can just type it in the show notes, for crying out loud.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Well, no, because then we'd all see it.
Oh, right. I guess that's true.
Trying to decrease your pops.
Colin's fixing my microphone. All right, so just make sure you all have something to write with real quick.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, so there is a theme to this. I went to eBay and I typed in Gen Con since we were talking about Gen Con. So I found some Gen Con related items on eBay. All right, so the first one that I found, this is the Gen Con 2020 unreleased rare dice lot. It is a set of 2d6 crystal cast promo dice.
Oh.
So I guess they made all these dice for Gen Con, and then they were like a special limited edition thing. And then, of course, Gen Con didn't happen. And so...
Oh, they're all Gen Con 2020 dice.
They're all Gen Con 2020 dice. So you get... In this lot, you buy... Like, when you buy now, you get 2 D6s.
So I just want to interrupt slightly. I feel like I ran this exact game where we did an eBay game based on I did Gen Con searches. And I'm pretty sure there was a Gen Con dice set in there. That's why
maybe,
I remember that.
Yeah, this
but it
is
was all it was somebody.
specifically.
I understand. I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
I think it was like somebody was selling their collection of like a bunch of Gen Con dice that they had gotten for free.
Oh, that's amusing.
So
Yeah, this one, these are really pretty. They're like midnight blue and they have gold writing. They actually kind of reminded me of our Boards and Swords dice, the patron dice.
Okay, so who's going first, Colin?
So, Colin, yeah. What is the buy it now price for this unreleased rare dice set? And it's and they're brand new. It's
for 2 dice.
It's for 2 D6s. Yes.
I am gonna say 25 smackers.
Okay. Chris, do you think he is dead on, or is the actual price higher or lower?
Well,
than
I want to say
$45?
when we did this game previously, it was 25-ish for a whole bunch of them. So I'm just going to go lower.
Okay. And Philip, what do you think?
I'm also going to go with lower.
Okay.
Just because the Crystal Cast D6s are free when you buy the other set.
And I think it's like $15 to get the whole set of dice.
Yeah. You buy 15 for the ones that don't have the special D6, and then they give you the D6 for free anyway.
Yeah. And it goes in the middle of the box.
Okay. All right. Well, the actual buy it now price for these dice is $20. So you guys, Philip and Chris, each get a point. Philip, are you tracking points
he's got
in the
it.
show notes? Okay, cool.
I am.
All right. So our next item up for bid. So this one is a Marvel Champions LCG Gen Con Core Hero promos. This
I
is
have these. I'm going to be interested in this.
This is brand new, and it was exclusive to the con. And it says in the description, I can't guarantee how old this listing is because I did not pay attention to that, but it says get them now before the game comes out.
Well, this was last year. This was the promos last year at Gen Con.
Okay. So Chris,
which again were free.
Right. Okay,
Oh,
so Chris,
man.
you are going to
No,
start.
they cost $110 for your Gen Con ticket,
Yeah,
like
that's true.
$1,000 for your hotel room.
Well, they were free for me.
All right. So how much is the buy it now price on
Ooh,
eBay
this is
for these promos?
yeah, because these could have been a pretty penny, last year, but this year, and also just I don't know. I'm thinking there were
Okay.
5 cards. I'm just gonna say $50.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Philip.
$10 a promo.
Okay. All right. So Philip, do you think he's dead on, or is it higher or lower cost?
I'm gonna have to go with higher on that one.
Okay. And Colin, what do you think?
The number is 50.
Yeah.
That is what Chris said.
Let's go lower.
Lower? Okay. So it is actually $100.
Whoa!
Nice.
So Philip and Chris. each
Someone's
get a
got in
point.
$100.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
no.
Philip-
If the listing hasn't changed, that means they're not getting their $100.
Yeah. So Philip gets a point because he guessed that it was higher, and Chris gets a point because Colin said lower.
Whew, I picked a pretty good answer there. I thought I was going closer to too high.
Yeah.
Cindy, how many questions did you say there'd be total?
7.
7. Are you ready, Philip?
He's making a summary.
Carry on.
Okay. All right. So, Philip, this is your turn to guess the buy it now price. All right. So, this is the Gen Con Special Limited Edition Commemorative Lay Flat Dice Tray from 2019. This is brand new. And, yep, that's it.
Oh, I'm betting this is one of those. It's got the snaps in the corners and
It
it
does
lays
have snaps
flat,
in the
and you
corners.
snap them together to bring up the sides.
Yep, that's exactly correct. So, it's a 2019 Dice Tray Gen Con Special Limited Edition. Brand new. How much do you think the buy it now price is, Philip?
I'm gonna say the buy it now price is $40.
Okay. Colin, do you think he's dead on, or is it higher or lower than $40?
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna continue my trend of being wrong.
Okay.
I'm gonna go lower because
Consistency's key, Colin.
I'm pretty sure I spent like 10 to 15 on the PAX Unplugged one I got, and that was retail, and I can't expect people are paying that much more for it after the fact. So I'm gonna go
Okay.
lower than 40.
All right. So the actual buy it now price is $29.99. So round up to 30. So Philip gets a point for Colin being wrong, and Chris gets a point for being right.
I think I'm winning.
This is golf, right?
Yeah.
All right, Colin, this one's for you.
Okay.
So we have Firefly the board game, Serenity Resin Piece Expansion promo bonus from Gen
Ooh.
Con. So it was like a little ship. It was a Resin Serenity ship. That this was only available at the Gale Force 9 booth and was not advertised. And when they
Yeah,
asked,
'cause I didn't know this
when this
existed.
person asked how many were available, they were told there was only 80 to 100 produced. So this is a brand new, unopened promo Firefly Serenity.
Fun fact,
Okay.
also the same number of people that like Firefly the game.
Yeah, yeah. So, Colin, what do you think this person is trying to sell this for on eBay? What's the buy it now price?
I am gonna say 45.
Okay. Chris, do you think higher or lower, or is he dead on?
Oh, this is a hard one. Cause
Tried to pick a number that was kind of
yeah, because
could go either way.
if it were attached to any other game, this normally might be a lot higher. But
Mhm.
it's one of those. It could be high because it's Firefly, but it could be bad because it's Firefly. My gut says lower, so I'm gonna go lower.
Okay. And Philip, what do you think?
Colin, what'd you say again?
45.
I'm gonna go with higher.
Uh-oh, we're breaking the tie here.
Okay.
The tie's getting broken right here.
I'm getting
All
a point.
right. So the actual buy it now price is $299.99. This person wants $300 for this Resin Serenity ship.
What?
And Colin is on the board.
hell?
So Colin gets a point and Philip gets a point. Yeah.
Chris needs a moment to recover, it seems.
Yeah, that was crazy. When I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, it's a tiny little ship too. Like it was maybe
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
it's
just
got
a couple inches at the
We've
most.
seen the board game box. Like it's
Yeah.
got to fit in the box.
Yeah.
Right.
It's,
right.
Gotta fit in
Uh,
those spaces.
Like
Yeah, it just cracked me up when I saw that.
any other game, I could see it being at like some special X-wing ship. Cool, I could see someone like paying $300 for it. But for Firefly,
guess- I mean, there's no guarantee
Well, I
that
mean,
anybody's
it's-
gonna buy this thing.
yeah, I know,
but-
I know.
So like one, it was Firefly. Two, it's made out of resin. If it was like one of those McDonald's 24 karat gold plated Millennium Falcons from back in the day, maybe that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Chris, this is your next one. Okay. So we have a Clank Expedition Leader promo card from Gen Con 2018. So it's a promo card for the use in the game Clank. And this person is selling it used.
Used.
So I
wait,
guess maybe they used it in one game or something.
you
I
said
don't
it's a
know.
promo card?
It's a promo card. So one card. It's called the Expedition Leader. What is the buy?
I want to lowball this, but then I'm afraid if I won't get any points.
You could be dead on. You never know.
I'm gonna go $7.
Okay.
This is without shipping, right?
Yes, this is before shipping for all these.
$7.
Okay. Philip, is he high? Is it higher, lower, or is he dead on?
I'm gonna go with higher.
Okay. Colin,
Sorry, what was the number?
$7.
Chris said $7.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. Okay. Phil said higher.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want points or do I want to be different? Or can I do both? Let's go lower.
Okay. So the actual buy it now price is
Dang
$24.24.
it.
Hey, I didn't do either.
But I got a point.
So Chris gets a point and Philip gets a point.
Oh wait, no, I was different. I did one.
All right. Philip, this one's for you. We have Munchkin Zombies Shelter Skelter promo bookmark from 2017 Gen Con 50. So it's a bookmark based off Munchkin from Gen Con 50 in 2017. What is the buy it now price?
I'm gonna go with $25.
Okay. Not Philip. Colin, is it higher or lower than $25 or is he dead on?
I'm gonna say he's dead on.
At $25?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
that.
All right, Chris.
Sorry, I broke my pencil. What was the item again? I heard the $25.
So it's a Munchkin Zombies Shelter Skelter promo bookmark for Gen Con 50 in 2017.
See, this is where I gotta, you want to say lower, but it's not what it's sold for. It's what they listed it for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people can be crazy.
Yeah, especially You know what? The kind of person that put a Munchkin bookmark up on eBay is probably going to put it higher. My gut's telling me higher.
Okay. So you're going higher?
I'm going higher.
All right. The buy it now price is $1.95.
Dang it!
So no one gets any points. No, wait.
Well, no,
Philip gets a point.
Philip gets 2 points.
Oh, yeah.
'cause
he
we
would,
both were
Colin
wrong.
said dead on.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Okay.
All right, I got to get another pencil for this last one.
You're welcome, Philip.
I think Philip's winning.
Thanks,
this
love.
game. Man, Philip's doing so good.
You like Bailey's?
You did some. Oh my gosh, I love you, Philip. That's amazing. You see, he's got it summed
Oh,
in
you
there.
made a formula.
Yeah.
Thanks. You see this? This is you handing the win to Philip.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to. I'm.
Dead on? Really? You thought he was dead on?
Hey,
He said $25.
Stranger
It's not
things
a
have
bad
happened.
guess.
You said higher, so
Oh, yeah. What's the chance? We could mathematic the chances here. Yours is like 1 in infinity versus like 25
Hey. We don't need any of this.
well, it depends on how many points this last question is worth.
That's true.
Oh.
It's worth 1 billion points.
This last question, let's see.
That's
Who's
what Flip
got-
the Table did all the time. It's like the last question was
10,000
oftentimes
points.
is 10,000 points.
Nice.
So it's like we're all about game balance.
All right,
here.
this last question is 10 points.
Cool.
So it's anybody's game.
None of
Just
us will be
10.
legal, even if we get the win.
Right. Okay. So this one, remember, it's whoever is closest. Not no. Don't worry about going over or anything like that. It's just we'll figure out
Mathematically
who's-
closest.
yeah.
Pull out your calculators.
Exactly. Okay. So this is a Games and Gear Gen Con 50 commemorative collector gold coin with a program guide. So it's literally the program from Gen Con 50 in 2017 and a collector's gold coin
Collector's gold coin.
from Games and Gear. And they're numbered. Like, so each of the coins is
Something
numbered.
like this,
Sure.
except it doesn't say HABA.
All right, I'm
All
in.
right, so lock down what you think the buy
I'm
it now price
probably
is.
nowhere close, but
Okay, I'm locked in.
You good, Philip?
I just slacked you my answer.
Okay. All right. So Philip, what did you say? What do you think it is, Philip?
I say $75.
Okay. Colin, what do you say?
I said $159.
Okay. And Chris, what did you say?
I thought I was going to be way out there. I said $200.
Okay. I think
Well, you could say the
I
number.
know
We
who-
can
I know
help
who
you
it
out.
goes to. No, I know who it goes to. All right. So the buy it now price is $172.95. So it's Colin. Colin
Ah!
gets it because he was 150, Chris was 200, and it's under
Well, he
that
was
25.
159, right?
Yeah, 159.
Oh,
Yeah,
then he's
that puts him even
He's
closer.
definitely way closer. Yeah. So Colin, he wins the whole thing
All right.
because
Coming from behind.
I gave him 10.
Nice.
That's my signature move.
Coming in
Yeah.
from behind. Oh, I'm clipping that.
Whoa, whoa. This
I'm
is
clipping
a,
that.
Whoa now.
This is
I'm
a family-friendly show. Excuse you.
It's not what I meant, I swear.
As he's smiling and turning shades of red.
It's okay. We're not on the Dice Tower Network anymore.
But I still wanted to be family-friendly.
Oh, I know.
Hey, PG-13's fine.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that's what I claim the Dirtbag show is. Anyways,
13?
yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean is owned by Disney. It's rated PG-13, and they were straight up killing people. I think we're fine.
All right.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be high because I know Games and Gear makes really expensive brushes. Like, I think their brush
Oh, do
sets
they?
go for like $200, $300.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's where they're like, it's the finest coarse hair from horses that we've murdered in our back seat.
Oh, my
Oh.
gosh. That's so sad.
So no one will have this unique
Yeah.
brush.
All right,
Alrighty then.
so I guess that is it. Let's roll the footage. Let's go. That wraps up our episode this week. Thank you to everybody in the chat room for hanging out and participating. If you want to watch the show live, then you need to go to boardsandswords.com/live. We record every other Wednesday. It's got the schedule and the links to all our channels.
Yeah.
And if you really enjoy this show, you got to check out our second podcast. It's a live play RPG podcast called The Dirtbags of Holding. We take all the greatest RPGs that you may have played at Gen Con Online, and we mess them up in ways that creators couldn't even imagine.
But if you like this show, you can email us your comments and questions at feedback@boardsandswords.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Boards and Swords Pod or on Facebook at facebook.com/boardsandswordspod. And you should also follow our individual accounts. I'm Cindy Pastorius on Twitter and Instagram.
I am callcake196 on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm not bored. Literally, I'm Chris Isn't Bored, BOARD on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me on Twitter as Phil the Dirtbag.
And we are also part of the Punchboard Media. Punchboardmedia.com is a site that has all kinds of awesome gaming content, reviews, and people like us who just talk and do crazy things. But yeah, there's videos, written reviews, podcasts, all kinds of goodness at punchboardmedia.com.
And go check out the YouTube channel, the Punchboard Media YouTube channel, because there's going to be some good stuff coming on there soon.
Oh, yeah.
Lastly, thank you, everyone that's been listening. Once again, patreon.com/boardsandswords to help support the show. And 2 weeks, we'll be back with another episode. In the meantime, remember, every gamer has a story, and that's my signature move. It's over.
Okay. All right.
Home now.
Look at that.
I'm already home.
Under an hour and a half.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. The last one
Guys,
was what, 45
Guys, the show's
minutes?
over. What are you still doing here?
Go home. Yeah, this one will probably pan out to be like an hour, 5 minutes, I'm guessing.
Yeah, especially when you like trim down all the breaks for the game show and stuff. Oh man, that means I'm next, aren't I? I'm next on the game show.
Yes, you are.
All right, I am stopping recording.
No! Oh, if I do it, then everyone will see. There we go. Now they just see me.
Cool. I guess.
Well, it meant
Yeah, I was trying to get your mic angled like mine and Chris's to where you're not like talking like this and
Gotcha.
yeah, you had a lot of popping peas.
it happens.
All right. So yeah. I think you guys should play this Valley of the Vikings game. It's a lot of fun. I mean, for me and Cindy, I should have mentioned this. It lasts like 10 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, it's really quick.
By the way, our local store, they got like a huge HABA section now.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. In fact, I took a pic and sent it to a friend of ours that has small kids. It was like, if you need something to entertain them.
That's cool.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for who's still on watching. I'm going to kill the stream now.